What if the most powerful thing you could do for your health this week cost less than $2 and was sitting on a shelf at your local grocery store right now? I am not talking about a supplement. I am not talking about a superfood powder with a celebrity endorsement. I am talking about a can of sardines. And I know what you are thinking. But stay with me for 60 seconds, because there is a clinical study out of Spain that the mainstream health conversation has almost completely ignored, and the numbers in it are genuinely hard to believe. Researchers took around 150 people and divided them into two groups. One group added 2 cans of sardines to their weekly diet. The other group changed nothing. At the end of the study, the sardine group saw their risk of developing type 2 diabetes fall from 37% down to 8%. The lead scientist on that study called it one of the most significant nutritional discoveries in recent years. So here is the question I could not stop thinking about. If 2 cans a week does that, what happens to your body if you go all in? 3 cans a day, 5 straight days, nothing else. I am going to walk you through every single day, and what happens by day 4 is something most people in the health space are not talking about yet. Before we get into it, let me tell you exactly what this video covers so you know what you are staying for. By the time we reach day 5, you are going to understand why your inflammation has been impossible to get rid of no matter what you try. You are going to learn what is actually suppressing your metabolism and how that can shift within 72 hours. You are going to find out why brain fog is not a sleep problem. It is a fuel problem. You are going to discover the one hormone that controls your hunger and how to shut it off without medication. And you are going to see why this 5-day protocol produces results that a prescription drug currently being marketed at over $1,000 a month is trying to replicate. Stay with me through all 5 days. The information builds. The most important part is not at the beginning. Nutritional foundation. Before the day-by-day breakdown, you need to understand why sardines specifically are so uniquely powerful. This is not just a high-protein food. This is a full-spectrum therapeutic food that happens to come in a can. In a single can, you are getting 23 grams of complete bioavailable protein. You are getting 900 milligrams of EPA and DHA, which are the 2 omega-3 fatty acids your body cannot produce on its own and desperately needs. You are getting 382 milligrams of calcium, nearly 350% of your daily vitamin B12, meaningful amounts of vitamin D, selenium, phosphorus, and a compound called taurine that I'm going to come back to on day 4 because it does something to your brain that most people have never experienced. Now here is the number that should genuinely stop you. The average American consumes around 100 milligrams of EPA and DHA per day. With 3 cans of sardines daily, you are consuming 2,700 milligrams. That is not a dietary amount. That is a clinical therapeutic dose. The difference between those two things is not small. It is the difference between maintaining your current state and actually changing it. One practical note before we start. Get the sardines packed in extra virgin olive oil with the skin and bones still in. That is where a significant portion of the calcium and additional nutrients are concentrated. Do not skip that detail. Day 1. The metabolic reset. On day 1, you are eating 3 cans of sardines. You are drinking water, taking electrolytes that include potassium, magnesium, and sodium, and if you need it, plain black coffee or unsweetened tea is fine. Here is what is happening inside your body from the first meal. With 0 carbohydrates coming in, your blood sugar stays completely flat, and your insulin drops to its lowest level in probably a very long time. Your body immediately begins searching for another fuel source, and it finds it in your liver, where stored sugar called glycogen has been sitting. Within the first 24 hours, your body burns through that glycogen entirely. Here is something most people do not know. Every gram of glycogen holds onto roughly 3 grams of water, so as that stored sugar burns off, you release a significant amount of water weight rapidly. This is exactly why the electrolytes are not optional. You are flushing stored water and the minerals attached to it simultaneously. The critical distinction here is that this is not a traditional water fast. You are consuming nearly 70 grams of high-quality complete protein and a dense stack of micronutrients every single day. People who attempt extended water fasting often feel weak, lightheaded, and depleted by day 1. That is not going to happen here. You are going to feel surprisingly stable, and that stability is going to build. Drop a number in the comments right now. How many days do you honestly think you could do this? No judgment. Just be real. Day 2, the transition. Day 2 is where your body completes the switch from burning sugar to burning fat. This metabolic process is called ketosis, and for people who have never experienced it before, the transition can feel slightly uncomfortable. I want to be upfront about that because I think honesty here matters more than selling you a perfect experience. Here is what to actually expect. You are not going to feel traditional hunger. No stomach pains, no feeling like you are starving. What you might feel is a craving for variety. Your brain is wired to seek novelty, especially around food. It wants something crunchy or spicy or just different. That is a dopamine response, not a hunger response. Recognizing the difference between those two things is one of the most useful things you can take away from this entire experience. Meanwhile, something remarkable is beginning. Your body has tapped into your fat stores and is producing ketones. Ketones are the byproduct of fat metabolism, and your brain runs exceptionally well on them. By the end of day 2, most people notice a sharpness in their thinking that feels unfamiliar at first. Not wired, not caffeinated, just clear. On top of that, the omega-3 fatty acids you have been consuming are activating compounds called resolvins. These are molecules that actively signal your body to reduce inflammation. At 2,700 milligrams of EPA and DHA per day, you are operating at a level that most fish oil supplements cannot come close to matching. The inflammation sitting in your joints, your gut, and your tissues is beginning to quiet down. Have you ever noticed that craving where you are not actually hungry, but you just want something different? Tell me what your weakness is in the comments. Mine used to be chips, every single time. Day 3, full activation. This is the day everything shifts. And I mean that in a way that is difficult to fully communicate until you feel it yourself. If you have been dealing with brain fog, it is gone. Not reduced, gone. Ketones are now fully fueling your neurons, and the difference in cognitive clarity is something people consistently describe as almost jarring. You wake up and your head is just clear. Thoughts come faster, focus holds longer. The mental static that most people have accepted as normal is simply not there. Here is something that does not get nearly enough attention. By day 3, you have consumed nearly 290% of your daily selenium requirement every single day. Selenium is the mineral your thyroid depends on to convert the inactive thyroid hormone T4 into the active form T3. When that conversion is working properly, your metabolism runs the way it is actually designed to. You generate more body heat. You feel warmer even in cold environments. You feel genuinely energized rather than artificially stimulated. For people who have been running cold and sluggish for years, this alone can feel like something has been switched back on. There is also something happening with your brown fat that is worth understanding. Unlike regular white fat, brown fat is densely packed with mitochondria, and its entire job is to burn energy as heat rather than store it. High doses of omega-3 fatty acids directly stimulate brown fat activity. This means your body is now burning additional calories simply to generate warmth. It is metabolically inefficient in the best possible way. Your appetite at this point is essentially gone. Ketones suppress ghrelin, which is the hormone responsible for triggering hunger signals. Your body is running on its own fat reserves continuously, so there is simply no signal telling you that you need more fuel. The cravings from day 2 are gone. The dopamine hunger is gone. You are just running. If brain fog is not a sleep problem, but a fuel problem, does that change how you think about your morning coffee? I am genuinely curious. Let me know in the comments below. Day 4. The outside catches up. Up until now, everything you have been experiencing has been internal. Day 4 is when other people start to notice. Your skin begins to visibly reflect what has been happening at the cellular level. Omega-3 fatty acids are structural components of every cell membrane in your body, including your skin cells. When those membranes are saturated with high-quality fats, your skin looks hydrated, even toned, and genuinely healthy in a way that no topical product can replicate because it is coming from the inside out. People around you are going to ask what you have been doing differently. Your joints are going to feel noticeably looser. The chronic low-grade inflammation that most people have quietly accepted as a normal part of getting older is significantly reduced by this point. Simple movements feel easier. Stiffness that you stopped noticing because it became so constant is simply not there anymore. Now let's talk about taurine, because this is one of the most underappreciated compounds in sardines and almost nobody talks about it. Taurine increases the activity of GABA, which is your brain's primary calming neurotransmitter. The result is a kind of steady, grounded calm that is completely different from feeling tired or sedated. You can sit with stress without reacting to it. You sleep deeply and continuously. You stop waking up at 3 a.m. with your mind already running through tomorrow's problems. That cortisol spike that pulls millions of people out of deep sleep every night is simply not happening. Your gut is also in a noticeably better place by day 4. Giving your digestive system a break from processed foods and constant feeding allows your microbiome to reset and diversify. Less bloating, flatter stomach, better overall digestion. And here is the comparison that I think puts all of this in perspective. Ozempic, which is currently one of the most prescribed and most talked about drugs in the world, costs over $1,000 a month for most people and comes with a documented list of side effects. What you are doing right now costs $6 a day, has no side effects, and is producing overlapping results through completely natural biological mechanisms. That is not a small thing. This is the day people start getting comments from friends and family about looking different. If you have ever had that experience from a diet or lifestyle change, share it below. I read every single comment on this channel. Day 5, the compound effect. By day 5, you are not pushing through this anymore. You genuinely do not want to stop. Look at what has accumulated over 5 days. You have consumed the equivalent of 5,000% of your recommended B12 intake. You have put 13,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids into your body. Your thyroid is converting hormones efficiently. Your inflammation is down significantly. Your skin looks better. Your joints feel better. Your sleep is deep and restorative. Your brain is sharp. Your mood is stable, and your appetite is completely under your control. But here is what I believe is the most significant thing that happens on day 5, and it has nothing to do with any of those physical changes. You prove to yourself that you are capable of doing this. Most people are not in control of what they eat. Their cravings are in control. Their habits are in control. The food industry, which spends billions of dollars engineering products specifically designed to override your willpower, is in control. 5 days of this puts you back in the driver's seat. You have demonstrated to your own brain that you are capable of making a deliberate choice about what goes into your body and holding that choice for 5 consecutive days, regardless of what your impulses were telling you. Willpower is not a personality trait. It is a skill. And you just spent 5 days training it. That carries forward into everything else. Here is my question for you, and I want a real answer. What is the one health goal you have been trying to hit for more than 6 months and have not been able to crack? Put it in the comments. I want to see what people are actually dealing with, and I will respond to as many as I can. A few things to keep in mind before you try this. Take your electrolytes every single day: potassium, magnesium, and sodium. This is not optional. Add a B-complex supplement as well, particularly B1, since your body only stores about 4 days worth of it, and you do not want to run into a deficiency mid-protocol. When you come off the 5 days, ease back into eating gradually. Start with light whole foods. Give your digestive system a day or two to ramp back up before returning to full meals. The transition off matters almost as much as the protocol itself. Before you go, 3 things. First, if you know someone who is dealing with chronic inflammation, low energy, brain fog, stubborn weight, or has been told they are pre-diabetic, send them this video right now. Not later, right now. You might be doing them a bigger favor than you realize. Most people in that situation have never been told that a $2 can of fish could move the needle more than most prescriptions. Share it with one person today. That is all I am asking. Second, everything covered in this video, the omega-3 dosing, the ketone production, the thyroid connection, all of it connects to a much bigger picture around how your metabolism actually functions. I put together a full breakdown on prolonged fasting that goes deeper on the science behind what your body does when you stop feeding it constantly. That video is on screen right now. Watch it next. It will make everything from today click into place in a way that genuinely changes how you think about food. Third, if you are not subscribed yet, here is the honest reason to do it. I do not post every day. I post when I have something that is actually worth your time. If you subscribe and turn on notifications, you will only hear from me when the information is genuinely useful. No filler, no daily uploads just to feed an algorithm, just content that matters when it is ready. Now go get some sardines.